Greetings. This is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, a call for a temporary world government. We are March 28, 2020. Scripture references out of 1 John 4, verse 3. And every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you heard was coming and now is in the world already. Now, keep in mind, John wrote this, 10, 20 years, around 80, 90 AD, somewhere in that neighborhood. And that spirit was already at work. Fast forward roughly 2,000 years, going to round these numbers off to March 28, 2020. Oh, and it's alive and well. Gordon Brown is a former British prime minister, and he served from 2007 to 2010. Mr. Brown has concerns with the current coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic, and the resulting global economic hardships. Now, he's calling for a temporary world government to address these issues. And Brown wants to discuss the idea next week with the teleconference of the G20. He also would like to involve the United Nations. And here's some quotes from Gordon Brown. And I quote, "This is not something that can be dealt with in one country. There has to be a coordinated global response." Now, this next quote, this is the one that I find very disturbing. And I quote again, this is Gordon Brown. We need some sort of working executive. So in other words, he wants one person in charge. And apparently Mr. Brown has a little bit of regret. And he states, if I were doing it again, I would make the G20 a broader organization because in the current circumstances, you need to listen to the countries that are most affected. The countries that are making a difference and countries where there is potential for a massive number of people to be affected, such as those in Africa. I mean, he wants an autocrat in charge with absolute authority to do whatever that person sees fit, and he's willing to turn that over to one person. I got a couple of articles. One's from The Guardian. Gordon Brown calls for global government to tackle coronavirus. And then the other is from Global Government Forum. UKPM or ex-UKPM Gordon Brown calls for global government to tackle coronavirus pandemic. But if you Google Gordon Brown, one world government, you will find plenty of articles where people have picked up on this. So the idea is out there, which leads me to the point here. And I want to be real clear about this. I am not stating Gordon Brown is the Antichrist. That's not the point. So anybody who takes that, Internet Boy is saying Gordon Brown is the Antichrist. I'm not saying that. But the way is being paved. And the idea of a one world leader is emerging on the global stage. So we're trending in his direction, his being the Antichrist. So the world's looking for someone, now the wrong guy, to solve its problems. And prophetically, we're not in the 7-year tribulation or Daniel's 70th week. So if you want to know more about Daniel's 70th week, see Gabriel's message. That's the angel Gabriel in Daniel 9. And in my view, we're still waiting on somebody with a bow to go forth on a white horse who will be given a crown and overcoming and conquering. And that's Revelation 6. That's the first horseman of the apocalypse. That's the white horse. I don't see anybody out there who's been anointed strutting around on a white horse. The only person I've seen on a white horse is Kim Jong-un, and I don't think he's the Antichrist. This person's going to have to be loved by many. The supreme leader over there in North Korea is not loved by many. And this person's going to go out, overcome, and conquer on a global scale. Nobody's doing that. I haven't seen anybody do that in the last, since Israel's been around. Nobody's doing it now, and I think we're waiting on that character. Who it is, I have no idea. I'm not even going to try to guess. But there's no geopolitical figure who is dominating and just making it happen and solving problems. But I do think we're trending, and we have someone calling for a world executive. And I'm going to close with 1 John 2:8. Children, it is the last hour. And just as you have heard that the Antichrist is coming, so now many Antichrists have appeared. And this is how we know it is the last hour. So, we got people willing to turn that kind of power over to somebody, and they think it's a good idea. And he's got friends. And if you don't believe that, check out this globalgovernmentforum.com website. They're all for it. All for it. Let's get everybody together and let's work to solve problems and collaborate, and it'll all be okay. Kumbaya. Okay. So, at any rate, if you guys find this stuff interesting, you want to share it with others, please feel free to at paulthepoke.com. You can type in your email address somewhere in this. The box is gone for now. Who knows when it'll show back up. But type in your email address, and we'll send you out a notification every time we post something. News flow seems to be picking up. We're also coming up on the spring feasts here in about 2 weeks, which usually means this planet gets interesting in and around God's appointed holidays. I think they're scheduled for around April 8th this year to kick off with Passover. So we'll be putting some stuff out about that, and I'm sure there'll be news. Always is. And this will be categorized under Antichrist, Beast, and Prophecy. Scroll down the far right-hand column of the blog. Right there, click on Antichrist, Beast. We have articles going back 5-10 years on some of these topics. So hope you enjoy it. Hope you find it beneficial. Please feel free to share with others. Have a great day. Be careful out there and wash your hands. Talk to you later. Bye.